welcome to the Uncounted Entertainment. Today we bring you an awesome science fiction movie about time travel. Movie starts with aliens called Mimics arrives Earth via an asteroid and swiftly conquer most of continental Europe. The United Defense Force, a global military alliance established to combat the alien threat, finally achieves a victory over the Mimics at Verdun using newly developed mech suits. In Britain, the UDF plans a major invasion of France, and General Brigham orders recently attached Public Affairs Officer Major William Bill Cage to cover it. Cage, having no combat experience, objects and threatens to blame Brigham if the invasion fails. Brigham has Cage arrested and sent to Heathrow Airport, now a military base. Cage awakens to find Brigham has demoted him to a private and falsely labeled him a deserter. He is assigned to Master Sergeant Farrell and the Misfit J-Squad, all of whom dislike and belittle him. Farrell and J-Squad are quickly killed by the Mimics, who were somehow aware of their planned invasion and ambushed them. Cage uses a claymore mine to kill an unusually large blue mimic but is mortally wounded by the explosion and covered in the alien's blood. Cage jolts awake to find himself back at Heathrow, reliving the previous morning. His attempts to warn Farrell against the invasion are ignored and he experiences the loop of dying on the beach and waking at Heathrow repeatedly. During one loop, Cage tries to save Sergeant Rita Vrataski, a celebrated hero of the Battle of Verdun. She realizes Cage can loop time and orders him to find her the next time he wakes up. Cage reawakens and locates Vrataski, who takes him to Dr. Carter, an expert in mimic biology. He explains that the mimics are a superorganism in which the omega controls the cerebrum, while that alphas behave as the ganglia through which the omega controls ordinary mimics. If an alpha is terminated, the omega resets the day and adjusts its tactics until the battle is won. Cage inadvertently hijacked their ability to reset time through his exposure to an alpha's blood. Vrataski had this ability at Verdun, using it to win the battle before she was wounded and received a blood transfusion, losing the power. She tells Cage to locate and kill the Omega to end the alien invasion. Over many more loops again and again, Vrataski trains Cage to excel in combat. After a frustrating lesson, Cage escapes to London, only to discover that the Mimics will attack there next after the invasion. After seeing visions of a dam in Switzerland where the Omega is hiding and spending many loops figuring how to escape the invasion and reach the dam, Cage grows closer to Vrataski, but she is only interested in the mission. Cage flies to the dam alone upon reaching a point where Vrataski is killed no matter what they do. The Omega is not there and he is ambushed by an Alpha who attempts to strip him of his ability to reset time, but Cage deliberately drowns himself. Cage and Vrataski infiltrate the Ministry of Defense, where Cage convinces Brigham to give him Carter's prototype device, which he had confiscated from him and had him sent to a psych ward, that can locate the Omega, but they are pursued by military police on leaving. During the ensuing car chase, Cage uses the device and discovers the Omega is under the Louvre Pyramid in Paris. Cage is seriously injured during capture and wakes up in a hospital to find he has been given a blood transfusion and has lost the ability to loop time. Vrataski frees Cage and they recruit J-Squad to help destroy the Omega before the invasion begins. They fly to Paris, where the soldiers sacrifice themselves so that Cage and Vrataski can reach the Louvre. Before luring away an Alpha standing between them and the submerged Omega, Vrataski kisses Cage to thank him for getting her as far as he did. The Alpha kills Vrataski and mortally wounds Cage, but he manages to drop a belt of grenades that destroys the Omega. As a dying Cage floats down into the Omega's blood, he awakens en route to his first meeting with Brigham, who announces on TV that mimic activity has ceased following a mysterious energy surge in Paris. Cage goes to Heathrow, now a major again, and sees that all of J-Squad is alive. He later finds Vrataski, who doesn't recognize him. Cage laughs. Greetings, have a nice day.